This is chapter 10.7. It is called Volume of Prisms and Cylinders. Okay, so let's say I'm going to draw this really big so that I can make sure I have enough room to draw. Okay, so I've got something that looks like this. Okay. Well, it kind of looks like that. Anyways, so it is a prism. It is a square prism. Okay, so I'm saying these are all equal to each other. They're congruent. So what volume is if I took little cubes, okay, I put little cubes into this prism. Okay, so if I put cubes into this prism, a volume says how many cubes could I put inside of my prism. So far I have 3, okay, so I can fit a lot more in there than just 3. I could go back, I could fit some going back, I could fit some going up, okay. So I'm obviously not going to draw this as well as I should, but if I was trying a little bit harder, I probably could draw this a little bit better. But that's what volume is. How many cubes can I put inside this box? Okay, so I'll show you how to find the volume on the next slide. Okay, so our formula for volume of a prism okay, let's make this a big deal, okay, guys? Make it big because you're going to be referring to this a lot. Is volume equals capital B. We got to remember that capital B means area of the base times the height of the object. Okay, so let's say we have a triangular prism here. Then I would have to remember that the area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. Well, let's say I have a square prism. Okay, so I'm going to have to remember all these different formulas. The area of a prism equals base times height. What if it's a trapezoidal prism? Then I'm going to have to do a trap equals 1/2 height times base 1 plus base 2. Okay, sorry, these should be lowercase b's because capital B means area of our base. Okay, so we have to be able to have all of those different formulas in our brains that we can easily refer to them. If you don't have them in your brain, then you're going to have them in your notebook, which I will be checking more often. Okay, so make sure that you have your notes written neatly the way I show you how to write them on here in your notebook somewhere because this is very important. Okay, so here's our area of the base. Do you need to write this in there? No, but I probably would write all of these so that you don't have to refer to them elsewhere. Oh, good. I thought it maybe wasn't going to let me erase. I'll write that a little bit neater. Base 1 plus base 2. Okay, so let's do an example here. We are going to practice right here. Oh, good, a triangular prism. Okay, bear with me here. My drawing's probably not going to be the best. So I've got a triangle. And I've got a triangle, and then it's a rectangle. And then that goes back there. Yep. Okay. It's saying this is a right angle. So this rectangle on the front is a right angle. This is 10 centimeters. This line right here is 6 centimeters. Oh, sorry. It's not the rectangle in the front. It's the triangle in the back. Okay, let me try to make that a little more clear here. Okay, so right here, this is a square, a right angle, and this is 21 centimeters. Okay, we know that volume equals area of the base times the height. Okay, so let's find what the area of the base equals. Is going to be 1/2 base times height because it is a triangle. Okay, so the area of my base is going to be 1/2 times our base, which is, we'll go 6, times our height, which is 10, and get 60 there. Okay, 1/2 times 60 is, the area of our base is 30. Okay, so now that I know what the area of our base is, I can fill it in here. Instead of a B, I can put a 30 times the height, which is going to be this number right here, 21. That's going to give us our volume. Okay, so now all we have to do is find what is 30 times 21. 0, 3, add my 0, bring down my 0, 2 times 3 is 6, 630. So the volume equals 630 centimeters, watch carefully, cubed. Because whenever we have the area of our base, this would be centimeters squared, and if we add in our height here, we'd be adding another centimeters. So I would do centimeters times centimeters to get my area. I have to times it by another centimeters, so my answer is always going to be cubed, not centimeters cubed, sorry. Not centimeters cubed, but inches cubed, feet cubed, whatever it is, cubed. So when we think volume, we think cubed. When we think area, we think squared. Okay, so that's all we have to do for this one. Let's try a cylinder. Okie dokie, you'll notice that the formula, it is the volume of a cylinder is the exact same thing as the volume of a prism. Base times height. The area of the base times the height. So here's, if I have my cylinder here, bring it around like this. So we can see the circles are opposite of each other. So I know that this is going to be my base. Remember, to find the circle, we need to know what the radius is. And then that will be our height going up and down, connecting the two circles together. So let's say we have this can right here. Looks like it's a can of juice. 3.4 and 12. Yep. Okay. So we have our can of juice. Orange juice to be exact, just in case you were wondering. And it has a radius right here of 3 4 tenths centimeters. And it has a height here of 12 centimeters. Okay, so again, I'm going to bring down my formula. Let's do this quick. The area of a circle equals 1. No. Sorry. There we go. Area of our circle, it's not going to let me erase. Thank you very much. Okay, that's a big cross out right there, is pi r squared. Okay, and we know that pi equals 3 1400ths, 3.14. Okay, so now we can just figure this out. We know volume equals area of our base times our height. Let's find what B equals. Our area of our base for this one is going to be pi r squared. Area of my base equals pi times 3 4 tenths squared. So let's do 3 4 tenths times 3 4 tenths. 16, 12, 13. Add my 0. 12, 9, 10. So I'd get a 6. a 5, and a 1, 1. Okay, so I know it is 1, 1. I have 2, so bring it back to 5, 6 pi. 11 and 56 hundredths pi, sorry, not 1, 1. And then I'm going to take my 11 and 56 hundredths and multiply that by 3.14 because that is what pi equals. So I'm just multiplying it by pi to get a good number to work with here. Okay, so let's do that. 6 times 4 is 24. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 more is 6, and bring down our 4, add a 0. 6, 5, 1, 1. Okay, add 2 zeros. 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. 3, 4. Bringing down my 3. I have my 4, 6, 7, 8. 11 plus 8 is 19. 10, 12 looks like. 6 and 3. I have to bring it back 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our answer is, area of our base is about 36 and 29, 8, 4. And this would be centimeters squared. Okay, and we can make this look a lot better. I'd say let's round it out. Let's keep it. How about? Now I'm going to round it to about 36.3. Because if I look at my 8 here, it would round the 9 up, so we will do 36 and 3/10. Remember, we need wavy lines because this is not exact. Centimeters squared. Okay, so now we have volume equals 36 and 3/10 times our height. Our height in this one is 12 centimeters. Okay, so now let's do 36 and 3/10 times 12. 6, 12, 7, add a 0, 3, 6, 3. Now let's add those up. I'd get 6, 5, 13, and 4. Bring it back 1. So my volume is about 435 and 6/10. Okay, so here's the deal with these. Are they fun? It's never really fun doing circles because you have to deal with pi. But this is stuff we can do, you guys, okay? So I would round this. Look at your direction. It might say to the nearest cubic centimeter. So if it does say to the nearest cubic centimeter, I would look at my 6 here. Say, well, that's going to round my 5 up. So I would say my volume is about 436 centimeters cubed. Or if it says to the nearest tenth, then I would just leave it with the 6. Okay, so look at your directions. Make sure you read those first so you know which place to round it out to. Okay, I think that is about all that I have for you today. We did an example of a cylinder. We did an example of a prism. And again, that's all they're going to be asking you. Make sure, the only tricky part with these is remember, if they tell you the number that goes through the center from one side to the other, that is a diameter. If they tell you from the center to the outside, that is a radius. Which one do we need to be able to figure out the area of a circle? Radius. Okay, so all of these different formulas, they kind of need to start popping into your head. Okay, and I've learned them better since teaching this, and it helps me when I write out my formula every time. And I know it's easier to be lazy and just say, oh, I don't want to write it out, I just want to do it all in my head. But again, you guys, you have to kind of start seeing the big picture. Right now, we're doing easy stuff that maybe you could do it in your head. Okay, I don't know that any of us can multiply pi in our head, but maybe you could do most of it in your head. But when you get the bigger stuff, then it's going to start to get harder. So please start practicing now, writing every step down and being very careful with your work. I cut the assignments down so that you could have more time to show your work. So now you need to be taking advantage of that. All right, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.